The Highlander you have been waiting for is finally here in this all-new 2024 Grand Highlander. It's now bigger, gives you a much bigger 3-row option with better legroom, better cargo space, more function and practicality overall for a family. And it's finally more competitive with other 3 rows in the segment, and we even get 3 different engine options here, and we're gonna take a full detailed look at the exterior, the interior, get it out on the road for a test drive. Let's get started. All right, y'all, let's take a look at the exterior details of this all-new Grand Highlander. So first of all, with the trim levels, you're gonna get the base XLE, Limited, and Platinum model that we have right here, available in gas or hybrid options. Now starting up front, so you got a pretty large grille, again, for Toyota, definitely different than what we've seen on the other Highlander. And the front ends are gonna vary a little bit depending on the trim level with different finishes and garnishes and things like that. You've got the camera up front and some sensors for parking sensors. You're gonna get LED daytime running lights, LED turn signal, LED headlights as well. Plus you're gonna get LED fog lights here on the Limited and Platinum model. The only thing I'm surprised we don't have is adaptive headlights. Now, Toyota gave me 2 different colors for this paint. They said Coastal Cream and Windchill Pearl. Personally, I think this looks more like the Windchill Pearl. It's got one on a tag, it's got another one on a different tag, so it looks more like a Windchill Pearl to me, but there's some different colors available for the Highlander, and you're gonna get anywhere from 18 to 20-inch wheels, and we've got 20-inch wheels here. Plus, it's even got a little body cladding down at the bottom. On all Grand Highlanders, you will get heated mirrors, which is always good for those of you down or up north. Turn signals in them. These are also power folding mirrors. They're just not auto dimming. Now dimensionally, this is 201 inches. The regular Highlander's 6 inches shorter, and the similar Honda Pilot is 1 inch shorter at 200 inches. Ground clearance is at 8 inches, which is about average for most SUVs. And you've got a very similar taillight design to what we've seen on some other Toyotas lately. One thing that's going to differentiate upper trims and a lower trim is the upper trims will give us this big, long top brake light up there. Plus we've got these claw-looking taillights back here, and LED taillights are even standard, all-wheel drive and Platinum badges with a little garnish at the bottom. Now the cargo space is a big improvement for Toyota. So first of all, you get a power liftgate standard on the base model. You get a hands-free option on the next 2, so the Limited and the Platinum. That's also a hands-free close option. One of the biggest things is that this new Grand Highlander will give you more cargo space behind the 3rd row and in every section than the previous Highlander, and also more than the Honda Pilot, because I know a lot of you are going to cross-shop this with the Honda Pilot. So more space overall. Now let's take a closer look at the cargo area. So first of all, this is height adjustable. You also have 2 buttons up there to close it and to lock it, plus a grab handle there, and space is dramatically improved, 4 more cubic feet over the last Highlander, and the distance right here from seat back to the end is significantly longer, so you can fit larger items, larger suitcases, and the roof line doesn't cave into it until up higher, so you've got a good amount of height that you can stack stuff behind the 3rd row. A couple other little things is you got this for a cargo net. It's just a little hook, not meant for really grocery bags. That's one thing I wish that we had, was like a solid grocery bag hook. Then underneath of here, you got a little extra storage area. You've got a tonneau cover. You've got your jack over here, some extra space to store stuff. And underneath of all of this, there is a spare tire. Now typically to fold the 3rd row down, you'll pull this strap and it will release and the headrest goes down. This strap is stuck unless you actually just have to do it with this lever right here. Either way, when it goes down, this is really nice and flat, and again, more cargo space compared to the regular Highlander, and it's nice and tall and wide. There's no power option or distant option to fold down that 2nd row, but let me show you. To fold the 2nd row down, you've got a lever right down there. The other ones are to get into the 3rd row, but it folds down pretty flat. But then you've got about 97 cubic feet. This is massive and a drastic improvement over the other Highlander. It's like a darn tractor trailer back here. This is massive, and I think the best part is that it's also very flat. Now the key fob for Toyota looks similar to some of the others. It is very plasticky. It does say Grand Highlander on it, but it's a good slim size, and you 3-press the lock button to remote start. It will start and it stays running, unlike many of the former Toyotas that will shut off once you unlock it. But you've got this little line right here to press to lock it, power folding mirrors, plus under here you've got a sensor to unlock it, and that Smart key system works on all doors too. Then the front seats, I really only have one complaint with these front seats, and I'll talk about that in just a second. But the XLE model, the base model, is going to give you Softex. They all get 10-way power adjustment, but you'll get Softex heated seats. These are leather, so the top two trims get leather. They all have the exact same adjustment though. So base model's heated, this one's heated and ventilated, the limited and the platinum, and they all get 2-way lumbar support. I was kind of expecting a 4-way lumbar support, but it is what it is. With the platinum and limited model, you'll also get memory settings here, 2-position memory. The steering wheel is just manual tilt and telescoping. For this top model Grand Highlander, I was maybe expecting a power wheel, but personally I still prefer a manual wheel. But you've got good range of motion here, and it's leather wrapped, plus it's also a heated wheel with the button over there. So to recap, Softex heated seats on the base model, leather heated and ventilated with memory settings on the next two models. My only complaint is, I've had this with other Toyotas too, you'll have to test it out for yourself, but the headrest is a little extremely far forward. So if you have poor posture, it's probably going to be fine. If you want good posture, it might bother you, and it bothers me because I have to recline the seat more than I would want, so it doesn't bother me. And they don't allow you to adjust it forward and backwards like many other brands do. That's my only complaint. Test it out for yourself. Otherwise, the seats are comfortable. The real perk to the Grand Highlander is the second and third row. One thing that is standard here is having sunshades. So you've got these built-in sunshades on both sides on every trim level. We even get nice soft material here. This isn't your typical cheap hard plastic either, so that's nice. Good grab handle, even a little space right here for some oddity items, and a large bottle holder down there. There's 13 cup holders in this vehicle overall. And you can get a 7-passenger standard or 8-passenger optional on the lower two trims. Platinum only gets this 7-passenger setup here. And I want to say, combined legroom, when you look at front, second, and third row legroom, add it all up, this has quite a bit more than the regular Highlander, and it even has a tad more than that new Honda Pilot too. Now, that's where I like to sit at 5'9". I've got good foot space. I've got quite a bit of knee space. Second row legroom is definitely good. These seats can move forward and backwards also, which I'll show you. But 3-zone climate control is standard. That means the second row seats get their own climate controls right here. You've got your heated and ventilated seats on this model, which is pretty awesome. The limited will give you heated seats for the second row. So you don't see this very often, to have ventilated seats in the second row. You've got 2 USB-C charging ports down there, and then a 3-prong 120 volt down there. The air conditioning vents back here are just overhead for both this row and the third row. And in the middle with the 7-seat setup, this is kind of cool. You've got cup holders right here. You've got maybe a phone storage or tablet storage down there, extra stuff here. If you don't want this center console here, you can actually lift it up and just get it out of the way. And these armrests right here, these are not ratcheting armrests. I wish they were, but at least you still have some. Plus, we get a panoramic roof that we get to look out of in this one. I'll talk more about that in a second. Now, these seats can scoot forward and backwards. You can scoot them forward quite a ways. I had them all the way back. You can also recline and be pretty darn comfortable right here. Now, getting into the third row, you can still pull this lever. The seat will power fold, and then it's just a nice, easy kick. Just like that, or not power fold, but automatically fold. You've got a pretty good opening right here to get in. Now, like I said, 5'9", that seat is a little bit further forward right now. I'll sit behind that one, which is all the way back. But look, tons of legroom back here, good space overall, even in the middle. And now sitting behind this one, which is second row all the way back, my knees are almost touching the fuzz, but I still have enough room. And I can sit up tall. I can feel my hair touching a little bit, but most people, most adults can fit back here. This is definitely better than the regular Highlander. And both sides give you a USB-C port. You've got these cup holders right here, a couple different cup holders. And you know what else? Woo, the third row can recline quite a ways. Now let's take a look at the interior here, and things are different than the regular Highlander, but still some similarities. And let me show you everything. So first of all, over on the door, you've got some nice trim, a soft upper, a soft padded armrest, a good grab handle as well. And this bottle holder is big enough for a big mug like that. Just to the left, it's gonna look familiar. You've got your auto high beams, heated steering wheel. Let's turn that off. Open up your trunk, and then as Toyota always does, you get a little storage bin here. This is push button start, foot on the brake right there. You got a brand new big digital screen depending on the trim. Steering wheel controls look very similar to what some of the other new Toyotas are. adaptive cruise, lane centering technology, your audio controls, phone controls, all things like that. Plus, this one even gives us rain sensing windshield wipers. That's on the limited and platinum model, and you get these little paddle shifters here too. So one thing you probably see those little flashing dots. Those are sensors that's going to keep its eye on you to make sure you are paying attention, maybe for further upgrades in the driver assist features. By the way, those lights are not flashing in person, it is just on the camera. And this display right here, so Toyota gives us either a 7-inch digital display on the XLE or this 12.3-inch display. And the 12.3-inch display here can be adjusted. So you can have one gauge right there with different information in the middle. We can move over and adjust the information on that side. You can move over and adjust the information on this side. Or let's go back and adjust some more. Go to your settings, you've got different things you can adjust here. Lane departure alert, blind spot monitoring, pre-collision system, all of these safety features that come with it. And check it out, you can even adjust the actual meter settings. So meter type, so you can have single, you can have double, or you can have more of like a full-on just digital where everything's going to be in the middle. I like it either way. I kind of like to have the one because you still get a tachometer, a speedometer, and then the information on the left and the right. You can also change the meter style. So check this out. You've got smart, casual, tough, and of course sporty. Kind of looks like Lexus right there. It just comes in smart, and I've just kind of left it in smart as well. And the other thing, which is kind of cool but also annoying, if you change your drive modes, it's going to show on there, but then it literally stays on the screen for like 10 seconds. Okay, and then same with sport mode. It looks a nice cool graphic, but it just stays there way too long. And then back to normal mode. We'll go through those in the test drive. Toyota also gives you a 10-inch head-up display right there in the middle. It shows a good amount of information, and you can adjust it or get rid of it if you want. Then moving over here, standard is this 12.3-inch touchscreen. So it's got wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as well. I like that. You get a volume knob. The nice thing about this being wireless is you also get a wireless charger in here too. It takes up this whole screen. You can still go back to the Toyota screen, adjust different settings in here, vehicle specific things. You can adjust more. It's similar to what we've seen in some of the newest Toyotas. The other thing is that this comes with a 6-speaker system standard, but we have an 11-speaker JBL audio with a subwoofer, which sounds nice. It always does in these Toyotas. Plus down here we've got dual zone climate control, technically 3-zone because you can control the rear climate. You just hit this button right there. Driver controls, passenger controls, heated and ventilated seat controls. Everything has a button, and these even have little rubber knobs on them, which feel pretty nice too. So in addition to all that, we get a panoramic view monitor. So let me go into reverse here. So we've seen this from Toyota before. It looks similar to what we've seen. This is standard on the Platinum or optional on the Limited. We also have parking sensors front and back. You've got your top-down view right there. And if you tap on the screen, you can see close up to different areas. It's not quite as nice as some other systems, but it still shows you what you need to. Going down from there, you've got your push to start, you've got your camera button, a USB-C and another USB-C. Only USB-C in this vehicle, no USB-A. A wireless charging mat, and then this area over here, it's not like a grippy area. Things do slide around, so I wish that this was maybe rubberized because it's just an extra storage area, but things slide around pretty easily. Then the cup holders here, you've got a big wide area there, 2 more cup holders with rings right there. Moving back, we've got our automatic brake hold and a parking brake button. You've got your drive modes right here, even some off-road, mud, sand, rock, and dirt stuff. Turn off your auto stop start, traction control, and then over here, snow mode and downhill assist. People probably won't ever need to use that, but it's there if you want it. And then this little roller thing is just like the older Highlander, where you've got armrest here, soft here, and then you can pull this back. And on the inside, you've got a movable tray right here. So you've got a tray. Otherwise, this is a really nice deep area overall. See if we can get in there. And you got a 12-volt power outlet down here too. The only thing is there's no light for this area, so it's really dark and really deep too. And the older Highlander used to have like a hard edge on here. This is not hard anymore. This little bit is right here, but overall this is still a comfortable area for your arm. Now moving over, another cool thing that Toyota's been doing, the RAV4 has this too, is this shelf. This shelf is just nice, a nice extra space. My wife likes to just set her phone there or something like that. You've got a charger over there too, another USB-C, and the glove box is even a locking glove box, and it opens softly. Now, Toyota also gives you the option of this digital rearview mirror. So this digital mirror is on the Platinum model only, at least as of right now. You can have it to where it's literally a camera, or you can make it so it's an automatic dimming rearview mirror like normal. The rest of the trims get an automatic dimming rearview mirror with garage controls. Then up overhead, got a skinny sunglass holder right there. We've got a big panoramic roof, so you've got this slider. This is standard on the Platinum model, optional on the lower trims, and it goes way back. There's a little bit of ambient lighting in here at night too, but nothing quite like what we've seen on some of the new Lexuses. Toyota gives us a decent sized visor, and the entire visor slides. One more thing, looking out the back, so we've got a large third window, a large second window, and out the back's not bad, and you can of course fold those headrests down. Under the hood is where things really change compared to the regular Highlander. You've got 3 different options. The other Highlander gives you 2 options, and neither of them get the V6 anymore, which is sad to me, but at least with all of these options, Toyota still gives you direct and port injection that they've been doing. So hopefully these are long-lasting engines. So the first one, the base one that we have right here, is just the regular gas. There's 2 other hybrid options, but this regular gas one is a direct and port injected 2.4 liter turbo 4-cylinder with 265 horsepower, 310 pound-feet of torque, paired with an 8-speed automatic. It can come in front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. This top-end Platinum model is exclusively all-wheel drive. So miles per gallon on this one can get up to 26 with all-wheel drive. The front-wheel drive models can give you up to 28 miles per gallon on the highway. Now let's talk about the 2 different hybrid options. You've got the Hybrid XLE, or you've got the Hybrid Max on the Limited and Platinum. So 2 different hybrid options, both geared to different people. The regular hybrid gets direct and port injection for a 2.5 liter non-turbo 4-cylinder with 245 horsepower that can give you front wheel or all-wheel drive and up to 36 miles per gallon combined. So that MPG number is still quite good, even 37 in the city. Then there's the Hybrid Max, which is more powerful but still efficient in town. So that Hybrid Max gets this turbo 4-cylinder plus the electric power from the hybrid system with 362 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque. That's going to come standard with all-wheel drive and give you 27 mpg combined. So which engine option would you go for? I'm definitely intrigued by that Hybrid Max, but the hybrid model is more efficient. This one is a blend of efficiency and power. Which one would you go for? Towing is good with this turbo model. You can tow 5,000 pounds. With the Hybrid Max, it's 5,500 pounds. All right, y'all, we're behind the wheel of this Grand Highlander, and I've driven the regular Highlander a few different times, so I'll try to touch on some of the differences, but this one has the same new engine that the current Highlander has. Overall first impression is that you get the small engine feel out of here when you start it up, and that's kind of discouraging because I love the V6 that the Highlander used to have. Now, I did get some mud on the tires here, so you might hear some rocks thrown and some dirt flinging a little bit, but overall, driving the Grand Highlander has been pleasant. It's comfortable, it's quiet. Toyota even put laminated glass here on the side. The windshield is laminated as well. That's on all trim levels, so you don't have to just go to the top trim for that either. This is a rougher textured road, so there's going to be more road noise that gets in here. But we're just in normal mode at the moment. One thing to keep in mind, this has Toyota Safety Sense 3.0, so you got the latest suite of radar cruise control, lane centering, and lane keeping technology. We even get blind spot monitors. You got collision avoidance, the automatic braking, things like that. Now, the Grand Highlander, it is bigger. It's just a bigger vehicle overall than what we're used to from the Highlander, but it still handles fine. It's not gonna be a great handler. These 3 rows are all pretty darn similar, and this is kind of right in the middle of the pack as far as that goes. The steering is fairly lightweight. Now we're going 70. Let's say we want to get on it and pass somebody. Pedal down. Just in normal mode. Now, one thing about this turbo that's going to be different than the regular V6 from the previous Highlander is the fact that you get more power right away. So you get the turbo that kicks in and you get some quick boost. Whereas with the V6, it would kind of build up into power, and you would honestly probably have better passing power with the V6 because you have more horsepower, but this has more torque. Like right there, I just kind of didn't even pedal down, I just put it down a little bit and you get a quick boost of torque. And the 8-speed automatic on this has been very smooth. I've had mixed feelings about Toyota's 8-speed depending on what vehicle we are in, but this has been good. I haven't had any clunks. It's been spot on. When I put the pedal down, drops down and goes. Now with comparing the Hybrid Max, that's going to be the fastest Grand Highlander. The Hybrid, I'm not sure how fast it actually is, but it has the least amount of power, but it will have some electric torque to go with it to make it feel a little bit peppier. Now getting going has been pretty good. Let's put us in sport mode, change the graphics. The RPMs are automatically going to stay up. Pedal down. And it wants to rev a little bit more. It's definitely holding those RPMs. And this is not meant to be sporty by any means, but it's got good enough kick. If you really want the most amount of power, you're going to want to go for the Hybrid Max. Most efficiency, go for the Hybrid, and most of you will still probably go for this regular turbo. Partial pedal. The turbo boost that comes out is pretty quick, and it's fairly punchy. I mean, it's punchier than what I think a lot of people are going to expect from a 2.4 liter, even though this is a fairly big vehicle. Now I'm going to put us back in normal mode. A couple other things to keep in mind here is ergonomic wise, I like the controls. I love the layout of the climate controls. The touchscreen is easy to reach, easy to get to. You've got multiple views down here that you can have. And one thing I want to comment on is the windshield feels small. It feels like the roof line is low, the dash is high, and it just doesn't feel like it's a big area. You know, I've gotten used to it. It doesn't bother me anymore. And the other thing is the seat. The tilt, the front part of the seat can't tilt up all that high. And I feel like to get where I was sitting comfortably, or where I want to sit, the armrests on the door and here almost feel a little bit low. You know, minor. I'm still comfortable in here, except for the headrest, which I talked about in the front seat area. But overall, I think Toyota did a very good job with ergonomics and functionality and driving dynamics of this Grand Highlander, especially for being a bigger vehicle. Let's go ahead and rip it one more time. We're in normal mode. There we go. No problems at all with that. So, driving dynamics of the Grand Highlander, pretty good. I don't think it's necessarily class leading in anything for a 3-row, but it does very well in multiple categories for its driving dynamics. So to wrap things up on this all-new 2024 Toyota Grand Highlander, I am glad that they finally gave us a bigger 3-row option. 3rd-row legroom is good. Behind the 3rd-row cargo space is good. You've got 3 different powertrain options, from this base one right here to a more efficient hybrid to a more efficient and powerful hybrid as well. So you've got pretty much everything you can get with the powertrain for whatever you want. Plus you've got a lot of features inside, some luxury features, more high-end features as well. You can't go wrong. Let me know what you think of this Grand Highlander below, and would you take this over a different 3-row? Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and have a great day.